guys, today I'm going to show you how to make this buff frog. It's so funny. I found it as kind of like a cross stitch pattern, but I was like, oh, I need to make this into a tapestry. So we're going to, or I'm going to show you how to start up your own tapestry. Is a quite long project, so I do recommend doing this with a Tunisian hook, or if you don't have that, you can always break down this project and use a regular crochet hook and break it down. There's multiple videos on the internet, including mine, that can show you how to connect different sizes your projects if you want to, in case you want to break them up into pieces. But right now I have my 100, because it's gonna be 100 by 70. By that I mean stitches. 100 by 70 stitches, and it's going to be quite a long project. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I have this long Tunisian crochet hook, but I am thinking that maybe this project, since I'm going to do it all at once, that I'm probably gonna use a crochet hook with a cable. I think using a crochet hook with a cable in it will be just right for my project. Is a 4 millimeter. It doesn't focus, but it's a 4 millimeter. You're gonna have to trust my word for it. It's a 4 millimeter hook, and it'll probably help me a lot more than just my regular Tunisian crochet hook. You can get these on Amazon. They're pretty cheap. You get the whole package. I think it's from 0.5 all the way to 12, I believe, for like 10-15 bucks. Not that expensive, in my opinion. Not the best quality, of course, but it does the work. So we're gonna start by chaining 100. Yes, it's gonna be a long project. And after you've chained your 100, we're going to work onto the back. This is the front of our chains. We're gonna work onto the back. We're gonna skip that very first bump right there, because we're going to work onto our bumps. This stitch counts as one. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, but bear with me. We're going to insert our hook onto the second bump, yarn over, and keep it in our hook. Again and again, all the way down our row. After a while of putting all these stitches on my hook, we're going to do a return pass. So for Tunisian simple stitch, this is why it's going to take a long time to make. I estimate like probably 6 or 7 hours if I speed it up. We do a return pass, so you're always working onto the right side of your project no matter what. So you don't have to worry about carrying your yarn or yada yada, whatever that simple crochet techniques do. So we're going to chain one onto the very last stitch, and we're gonna grab our yarn and pull through 2 of our stitches, and 2 and 2 and 2, all the way down our row. Okay, so probably the next row will be the last row that I do with you guys, because this is taking a long time to do. We're gonna do 36 stitches with this background color. Now, for the rest of our project, we're going to work only onto those front loops, these front loops of our previous row. So we're going to insert our hook, yarn over, pull, and we keep our stitches in our hook, always counting this stitch that we always have on our hook as one. So we're going to do these for 36 stitches with this background color. After we've done our 36 stitches, we're going to introduce our border, which is going to be black. So we just grab our next color and we do what we've been doing, but instead of yarning over with our background color, we yarn over with our next color. One thing that I would do want to mention is that I have multiple cakes of every color, just so I don't get myself, wrapped up in a very nasty situation where I have everything tangled up. And now we're going to introduce our green color for our buff friend. And I'm just trying to finesse the tails so they get like stranded within my working yarn. And then I'm gonna do one more. There we go, one more with that green color, and then I'm going to introduce like the shading for the muscles with a darker green. It probably doesn't look a lot on camera, but it's just another shade of green, a little bit darker. Just want to do contrast. I think one of the key things that you need to have in mind is that we want to actually have our colors very well like targeted, so they actually look like the picture that we're following. And then I'm going to get another cake of yarn, as you can see, of this black color, and again 4 stitches with this black yarn. And since it's a short kind of thing where I don't need to like actually get another cake of yarn for this kind of like mid section here on the abs. Oh, that's so weird. Never thought I would say that, but here on the abs we're gonna do 4, and we're just gonna pull the yarn from all the way over here, just making sure that this piece on the back is loose. And again 6 stitches. I know it's gonna look a little bit weird. I'm just following the pattern, guys. I know it's not symmetrical, but 6 stitches of this black yarn, and I'm just going to pull, or this cake is going to be exclusive for the mid part of the torso or the abs right here. I'm also gonna keep using this light color green for just like the middle part, or the actual torso again. The navel, the mixed section of our buff frog. Coming up, there will be like arms. Those will need a separate cake of this color. After those 8 stitches, we get to do one more stitch with this green, dark green, and another. We're gonna have to use another cake for this outline of the other side of the abs. One stitch, And most importantly, the background color, we also have another cake different from this batch that I'm using. And we're gonna do this 7 times. And I'm actually going to use this very same black color for the outline, at least for this kind of like midsection between the beginning of the arm and the beginning of the torso. The other side of this arm that we're going to create over here will have its own black color. Another cake, I know it's a lot, but hey, if you want a buff frog, you're gonna have to work for it. Have another cake with this green. And it's going to be for 17 stitches. And finally, one more stitch with this black yarn. Also for this side, even though there's not a lot of space in between this background color and this background color, because the rest of our stitches are background color, I'm going to just go ahead and play it safe and add another different cake of background color here. This is why you should always count your stitches. Take your time. If you want to print out the actual pattern, go ahead and mark it off. I'm working off of my computer, which is a little bit harder on my eyes, and I'm just lazy. I'm just gonna chain one onto that last stitch. We're gonna grab our yarn and pull through two, pull through two, pull through two, and whenever you have this scenario right here, so 2 different color stitches in your hook, you always use that second color stitch to pull through 2 of your stitches. So you're gonna, in this case, gonna pull through that white and pull through that black, like so. Now again, since we have the same scenario, we're going to use that second color stitch. So we're going to pull through the black one and the green one. And there you have it. We're going to do that all the way down our row and changing our colors when appropriate. And essentially this is what it's gonna look like. I know, I can show you like smaller projects with this same stitch. It's a little kitty cat. And of course, you just need to trust the process. Just look at all the mess that I have. It's gonna be a long time. Please take your time. Actually but count your stitches. I know we are famous for not knowing how to count, and I can attest to that. That is absolutely true. We do not know how to count. Especially me, I don't know how to count. But yeah, if you keep all your cakes organized, you'll be good. You'll be good, because what we don't want is to have a tension curl up and your project look all wonky. Always down below in the description I leave the Pinterest pin that I'm following, or if you would like, you can always take a screenshot of the picture or the pattern that I'm following. And look at all this mess. Oh my god, guys, please help me. It's a mess. So yes, I'm estimating that this project will probably take me 6-7 hours to finish.